D subshell. Like this. Dumbbell, double dumbbell. Got it, students? Yes. See. So therefore this azimuthal quantum number is very important. It gives so much of information. It gives the information about the angular momentum of an electron, to which subshell an electron belongs, and if n is equal to n value is given, n is given by the value 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Okay, and also it gives the information about the shape of the subshell. Got it? Okay. You remember this? Now you write down the question. For n is equal to 3, for n is equal to 3, write the possible values for azimuthal quantum number. For n is equal to 3, write the possible values for azimuthal quantum number. Okay, what is the question they have asked? They have given n is equal to 3, they have asked the values of n. We know, okay, n is equal to 3, start the values of n. 0, 1, 2. We cannot extend it because n is equal to 3. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಡಿಮೆನೇ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. This is the answer. Okay. Now, write down n is equal to 0. The subshell is yes subshell. Very important point it is. Subshell is yes subshell. If n is equal to 1, P. n is equal to 2, D. n is equal to 3, F. It will be continued like a G and all, but we are not studying that. Okay. If value of n is equal to 0, then it is yes subshell. n is equal to 1, P subshell. n is equal to 2, D subshell. n is equal to 3, F subshell. Yes, students, so much information we got here. Okay. Yes. If take the next question. If n is equal to 2, okay, if n is equal to 2, what are the subshells present in it? If n is equal to 2, what are the subshells present in it? I am not writing the question. Okay, you have to understand the question first. n is equal to 2, they have given what are the subshells. To tell what are the subshells, we should write the values of n first. n is equal to what? 0 and 1. We know how to write it. Therefore, what are the subshells are present here? n is equal to 0 means yes subshell. n is equal to 1 means p subshell. So what are the subshells present? S and p. S is spherical in shape, P is dumbbell in shape, and D is double dumbbell in shape. Got it? Okay. So after studying the azimuthal quantum number, what are the points you should know? You should know that how to write the values of L when value of n is given. Okay. And also by looking at the value of L, you should be able to tell to which subshell an electron belongs. Okay. Also you should know to shape of the subshells. Hope this is clear to you. Okay. Next we will move on to the third quantum number, that is magnetic quantum numbers. Write the side heading. Yes. Next we are studying magnetic quantum number. Okay. Magnetic quantum number gives the information about the orientation of an orbital around the nucleus. See. Now we have studied shell, we have studied subshell, and now we reach to the orbital. Shell means those all are similar in shape, those are like a spheres. Subshells means different shape, sphere, spherical, dumbbell and double dumbbell. Okay. Now orbitals. Orbitals means shells, those are nothing but shells, but there is a change in the orientation. See students, okay, I will simplify and tell you. This is the nucleus. Okay, there are many orbitals, we will study it later. Okay, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the z-axis. Y-axis, x-axis, and z-axis. This is the nucleus. At the origin, nucleus is there. Okay, if p orbital is there, if this much of space around the nucleus. If we find the probability of finding the electron around this much space of the nucleus, we say that it is the px orbital. Okay, if see dumbbell shape itself I am considering. If I consider this much shape of the orbital, it is what? It is py and it is px orbital. If in this much of space we are finding an orbital, it is called as pz orbital. Okay, I want you to have the clear picture about the difference between the subshells and orbitals. Many of the students will be having the lot of confusion between the subshell, shell and orbital even during the higher studies. Okay, so I am clearing you very simplifying. I am telling you. Okay, a simplified. I am telling you, that is, orbital means it is a three-dimensional space, but we are changing the axis. Whether I am taking in this way, I am taking in this way, or I am taking in this way. All these together are called as what? Subshells. If I am particularly telling by considering the axis, then only those are called as orbitals. Okay, hope this is clear. Okay, now we will study the magnetic quantum numbers. What are magnetic quantum numbers? Okay. Magnetic quantum number gives about the orientation. Okay, previous quantum number told about the subshell, like this shape we can imagine. Okay, but magnetic quantum number particularly tells whether that dumbbell shape is lying on the y-axis, whether it is lying on the x-axis, or whether it is lying on the z-axis. Particularly it tells. That's what orientation we tell it. It tells about the orientation of the orbital in the three-dimensional shape. Okay, then how to write the values of magnetic quantum number? Magnetic quantum number values are given. If azimuthal quantum number value is known for us, the magnetic quantum number value is given by the formula 2l plus 1. 2l plus 1. Okay, where L is what? Azimuthal quantum number. Okay. In this video, you just remember it tells about the orientation of the orbital, and for a given value of L, the ml values are given by 2l plus 1. Then how exactly to calculate the values of magnetic quantum number, and based on the magnetic values of quantum number, how to write the orbitals, values for the orbitals. That we will study in the next video. The students, hope you are understanding. If you are not understanding, watch the videos twice. Okay, if at all you have any doubts, you have to call. As soon as you watch the video, you have to call and ask. Then only this concept will be clear to you. First you have to understand the concept, then based on this, whatever the questions or whatever the numericals are asked, you can able to solve them very easily. Okay, the students, keep studying. Thank you.